Well, our moms think we're funny.
Okay. Alright. Hey, everybody. I'm Acomi.
Hey, this is Darth Turk182.
Maybe Grandma Turkin?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Shit. Grandma Turkin. Oh, damn it, man. Hey, everybody, welcome back to next. No, I can't. I can't do it. It's already gone. Shit. All right, so
the moment's ruined.
yeah. All right, so back to
Our moms think we're funny.
our moms think we're funny, and our in-depth look into why we feel that the Empire has gotten a bad rap.
Yeah.
And that the Republic are actually the bad guys, and she can pull her hands out of those stocks. They're okay.
We have an interesting sci-fi film playing in the background.
Star Slammer.
Star Slammer, and it's
I
interesting.
like how suggestive this is with them, because you see like the faces they're making, and we don't know what's going on.
Cease the punishment. Okay.
Oh wow, she's got that nightstick. She didn't have a whip or a paddle. She had a nightstick. Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, so we have been just kind of going through the entire series talking about, like, is the Empire really all that bad here? And we were just going into Revenge of the Sith.
We're finishing up with Attack of the Clones and going into Revenge of the Sith, and let's see, at the end of Attack of the Clones, Count Dooku, or Darth Tyrannus, he brings the plans for the Death Star to his master, all right? And on Coruscant, he brings him there on Coruscant and says, "Hey, here you go. Here are these plans here," which I'm still not quite sure how. Well, I guess you could build the Death Star in that much time. It's been like 10 years, or no, I guess 18 years. How old is Luke? He's like 16, 18?
I think he's 18.
Because he can't join. He needs his parents' permission to join the Empire.
Oh, that's right.
Which is something. He wants to join the Empire, not the Rebellion, right? He's like, I want to join the Empire.
Yeah, he wants to become a pilot for the Empire.
Right.
Which means that until Old Man Ben gets a hold of him, he doesn't even see a problem with these guys.
Right.
His whole thing was becoming a pilot for the Empire.
Yeah, how come I can't join? Because, there's no recruiting for the Rebellion, right? You just have to find them and show up. And if Luke can find them, I'm sure that the Empire can find them.
Yeah.
And it's like, if Luke can just find them, then obviously the Empire can find them. So... we move on to Revenge of the Sith. And, of course, now I will say that Palpatine is playing Anakin a lot. He is playing Anakin a lot. But in some ways, he's just trying to open his eyes up. He's like, okay, here's a young Padawan who's extremely powerful, who has not yet been corrupted by the Jedi and by the Republic. So if I can get him on my side, I can use him to kind of turn the universe back into what it needs to be.
Yeah.
And actually do some real good around there. Which we done again. We see that they go off on different things and doing whatever, like Anakin and Obi Wan, but we don't really know what it is they're doing. But they're just supposed to come home and be the victors. We don't see any other Jedi doing anything. We don't hear about them doing anything. And of course, like Jango Fett gets killed. Well, Jango Fett did kill what's her name?
Zam Wesell.
Yeah, Zam Wesell. And Zam did try to
Zam
kill...
Wesell.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Django. Ouch. That's a toxic dart.
Yeah, and she did try to kill, Amidala, or Padme. But again, Padme hasn't really done anything good. And I'm trying to think, why was it they wanted Padme dead? I don't even remember that.
I can't remember either. It's been so long. So long.
But yeah, Boba Fett is a bounty hunter. He kills Sam. They keep Sam from talking. Yeah, him dying at the hands of Mace Windu. Okay, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that because he was a bounty hunter and he was doing some shady bounty hunter shit. So okay, that's fine. No issues there. But we go to they talk about all the fighting and stuff that's going on, and the beginning of Revenge of the Sith is Palpatine has been kidnapped and is being held hostage by General Grievous, and they go to get them back. Now, if you watch the Clone Wars cartoon, you know that the droids or the Federation army, whatever, did attack Coruscant and all that stuff, but that was like their first attempt to kill the Jedi. Again, there's the first attempt at a coup, at a rebellion to fight back.
Yep.
And I think the reason that they want Amidala killed is because she was making such a fuss because we're still not doing this because you destroyed the Trade Federation ships, you blew them up, but we still haven't established that they did anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You just blew them up with a bunch of your pilots and something went, and this just gonna accept that. The Federation or the Republic, they never did acknowledge that what they were doing was wrong. Mm-hmm. You just decided that you were going to blow them up and attack them, and you did, and kill them all, and then forced them to give in to your demands. Which again, we don't even know what your demands were, except for stop the blockade, let us have trade.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a reason why we stopped that. And it wasn't just to starve you guys out, so that still has never been resolved.
Right.
Again, bad people. Because I'm going to put that in my mouth.
That's what she said.
I found a harmonica, in the middle of some, old hair. And okay. So... Oh, hey, wow, you're that damn stupid? You thought you could, eat it? It's metal, bitch!
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I was enjoying this until that.
So anyway. So we get back to all this stuff, and then they go up there, and they go and they rescue Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
she just already knows how to play harmonica because she's doing the hand warble and everything.
So
fucking Elwood Blues.
So the Palpatine does do some evil stuff, which is he does have Anakin kill Darth Tyrannus.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna admit, that was wrong, but I will say this, and I know this is gonna sound like I'm really kind of stretching as a defense here. The Sith have very simple rules, only two: a master and an apprentice. Those are our rules. Because without that, what we do is we get into a big Jedi situation here, where I've got a lot of people and there's no real control, and nobody is really doing anything. So very simple rules. I need Anakin. Anakin is the most powerful. I've been working him for a long time. I need him here. I can't wait for your old ass to die.
Yeah. So
plus,
this isn't
you
really
know too much.
This isn't really a film theory episode, but this could be like a a Snape situation too, of I realize that you need Anakin, and I realize that I have to die, so I'm just going to submit myself to this.
Well, he does when he says, Anakin says, kill him. And he looks over whoa, wait? And then Anakin cuts his head off. So I don't think he was really expecting that, though. But he had cut off his hands already.
Yeah.
So really, at that point, what was he going to do?
Right, yeah.
But so he's like, look, I can only have two, master and apprentice. I need this guy on my side. And he doesn't know that you were working for me, and so I need him to take that final step. This is a sacrifice for the greater good. You're making a sacrifice, well, you're not really making it, but I'm making the choice for you, but it's all in the name of the greater good, to bring peace into the galaxy. This is what you said you wanted to do. It's what you were about.
Right.
Are you willing to die for this? Okay, then there you go. Now you're doing that. Appreciate it. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make him less evil. But again, when you're running a galaxy, sometimes you want to make an omelet. You can't use artificial eggs. So then what? There's there's these little pockets of resistance here and there. Pockets of resistance to what you're doing, which really is not. It's just there are people fighting back because you guys aren't doing anything, and we want to quell that to make you finally get off your asses and do something.
Yeah.
That's. And I think it just kind of goes downhill from there. Now, what I will say that what Palpatine does do at the end when Anakin goes to Mustafar, right? When Anakin goes to Mustafar, he does have him kill everybody in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they weren't true believers. You had the Trade Federation people there who were more interested in money than anything else.
Right.
You had all the other people there, and their whole thing was like, we thought that we would be protected here. It was like, well, yeah, I can see where you thought that you would be protected, but this isn't about protection, it's about the galaxy. And you guys aren't really down with the plan. I used you to get what I wanted, but you're not really down with the plan, which is to protect the galaxy.
Right.
And I can't have you stand in my way because I see what you really are about. So I gotta have you go.
Yeah.
And
That's fair enough. I mean, that's like necessary evil.
so, yeah, I'm looking. I'm like, yeah, I still don't see where they've done anything bad. And again, this is him just trying to get to where he needs to be to take over.
Okay, we are recording again. So, sorry if you hear any, like, glitches or inconsistencies in the audio, folks. We had a bit of a technical difficulty where my computer decided that it just simply could not stand anymore and just immediately crapped out and decided it was bringing Audacity down with us, so good times.
Yeah, thanks, Steve Jobs.
Thanks, Obama. Anyway, so Turk, we were talking about Mustafar when the computer decided to crash, so...
Yeah, sorry. But, sorry, I was, when we were doing this, we were kind of doing,
80s hair is super cute.
That's as her current day. She's the, one chick in here, the redhead. But I was going to show you the, she's the one of the background redheads, but I was going to show you the one that is the leader of the gang.
Oh, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah, she got better looking as she got older.
Yeah, very.
So, yeah. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, so we still have Star Slammer going on in the background, which I honestly kind of want to do a Let's Watch of it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, I'm not really paying attention to what, it's really just a visual that's going on, so we still could very much do a Let's Watch.
Oh, yeah.
Since we haven't really been paying attention, to it as a whole, like, we haven't been joking with it.
Yeah.
Look at that gun.
Gun? What gun? Oh! It faded in with her uniform. Wow, yeah. That's Super Soaker.
Yeah, it's I'm not even sure this is actual movie.
Wow. God. Wow. But yeah, we gotta get our steam going back up here.
Yeah, I gotta get pumped up again.
So Mustafar, Palpatine had Anakin kill everyone in the room.
Yeah.
It was really funny. You should have been there.
So Palpatine has him just slaughter everybody, and as I was saying before, it's like, okay, well, yeah, you killed everybody in the room, and they thought, well, we're going to be protected, or whatever. And it's like, yeah, I get that you thought that you were going to be protected, but that's not what this is about, because you were all, I don't want to say bad people, but you're not in this for the same reason that I'm in this. Mm-hmm. I'm in this because I want to make the galaxy a better place. You guys are in this for whatever it is that you feel you can get out of, this new rebellion or blah, blah, blah. But really, I want to make this world a better place. I used you to get what I needed, but now I don't need you anymore. And I'm just going to have to let you go because there's no... I've already kind of referred to Firefly once before, but I'm going to kind of refer to it again with the Serenity, where he's like, there's no place for you in this new world, and there's not. The new world that I'm building cannot stomach people like you.
Right.
So, thank you for what you've done, and I value it greatly. But now it's time for you to move on to someplace else. And so, yeah, they kill them all, and that's when. And from there on, we go on to, Anakin is down. Anakin is kind of, I will say this. You mess with somebody and you play with them enough and play with their mind enough and stuff like that, you're gonna end up kind of twisting them about, and that's what he does. He does twist Anakin about, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was necessary. But I will say this.
Well, it was also like Anakin was the single greatest threat to him establishing the Empire as well.
And he really needed him, but he didn't abandon them. He did not abandon Anakin. Mm-hmm. As far as some of the other people go, they kind of like let them go, whatever. But he was like, he's in trouble. He needs me, and he went there and saved him. Mm-hmm. He didn't just let him go like, oh well. Remember, he did let Darth Tyrannus go. Just like, okay, bye, because he didn't need him as much, and he wasn't that important to him. But he doesn't let Anakin go. He has. I'm not gonna say he's got feelings for him. He's developed feelings or emotions for him, but he does recognize him as being someone that's of importance to him
Anakin.
and in the future. And so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna save you and this. He does manipulate him again. I'm not saying that he's a good guy all throughout, but I'm making the universe. I'm establishing a universe, and the key thing is, I'm not going to play by the rules. You can't play by the rules when you're starting a revolution. You're going to have to do things that you don't want to do. But once the revolution is started, once it's formed, right, then the thing is, you stop playing by the broken rules and you start playing by the real rules. Mm-hmm. I couldn't do that before because in order to oust you, I had to play your game. But now I'm not playing your game anymore. I don't have to. So now let's go ahead and do things the way they should be done all along. And this is what I'm trying to establish. And the way to do that is to, I've got to set the example. So let's do that. Yeah. And that's what we see starting with A New Hope. We see the example being set. He leaves at the end, after all the Jedi are killed, execute Order 66. He leaves he lets all the Jedi die, get killed and die or whatever. He does abolish the droids. I don't need the droids anymore. The droids aren't important to me. I need people. Because the droids don't think. I need people that are willing and can make decisions. Now, even though I do have the execute Order 66 thing in there, but I leave 2 people alive. 2 Jedi. Because we have 2 Sith, 2 Jedi. There's that balance in the Force. 2 and 2. But also going back to there's no light without darkness. There's no good without evil. I have to have 2 people to survive. I have to have 2 people to survive to balance out what I'm doing here. Mm-hmm. Because if I just take over completely and just eliminate all the Jedi, then everything I do is good, but actually it doesn't have any meaning because there's no bad there.
Right.
Now, I don't want the rebellion to come back, but there has to be some kind of opposition, right? To say that, for people to say, this is the way of life it should be. Like, no, you're wrong. And that's the way people can see, yeah, I don't want that. I want this. Mm-hmm. Without that, though, like I said, if you've been rich all your life, you don't know what it's like to be poor.
Yeah.
That has no meaning to you at all.
Right.
And if you've lived in my new empire and you've been free your entire life, you don't know what it's like to be a prisoner. You don't know what it's like to not have those freedoms. Mm-hmm. And so I have to let them live so some of them live to kind of show that, so you can remember it's like, hey, I'm not going to take this for granted. And when it comes time to fight for something, I know how to fight for it. I know what to fight for. Because otherwise, I don't know. It doesn't mean anything to me.
Right.
So then we move into, technically we're moving to Rogue One, but Rogue One is still just an extension of basically New Hope. Mm-hmm. Well, and I will say this in Rogue One. I liked it, and I thought it was a really good move, but it's something you've ever seen in the Empire do, which is when Poe, what's his name? The pilot. Shit, I can't think of his name.
I'm blanking on his name too. It's been a while since I've seen.
I keep trying to think of what K2SO. He's like, I'll be there for you too, Jin, and because he said I had to.
Yeah.
But when he goes, he gets again. The guy telling me, he's like, there's this thing here, and you got to go, and blah blah blah, and all this stuff. He's like, I'm not gonna be able to make it out, and the stormtroopers are coming, and he shoots and kills him. Mm-hmm. Really good move. I mean that I know it's hard. Most people are like, oh man, did you have to do that? Yeah, you had to do that.
Yeah,
it was a really good move. But you never seen the Empire do that.
Right. Yeah.
You've never seen the Empire do that. Now, as far as killing off like Jyn Erso's mom and all that kind of stuff, wouldn't have been my first call. And as the Empire, I can't control everything. I am going to have some people that are going to do the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. In the name of good, they are going to do the wrong thing. But when I find out that the wrong thing's been done, my job is to make sure that it's set right and it's never done again.
Right.
So that wasn't being dictated by Palpatine. That was this guy running his own thing. Because remember, he wanted all the credit for stuff. And when he goes to Darth Vader, he's like, I want credit. He's like, credit? We're doing this for the good of the universe.
Yeah.
And you want credit? It's not what this is about. You're in this for the wrong reasons.
Yep.
And because of that, he paid for it. He was killed down there on the planet with everybody else. Mm-hmm. So then we move into A New Hope. Again, you guys stole the plans for the Death Star. You stole the plans for the Death Star. You stole them from me. You end up causing the destruction of this entire planet, which was a planet of my people, but your people died on it too. Mm-hmm. For this thing that you stole from me, and now I'm going to get it back. It's my threat. That's all it is. It's a deterrent. Mm-hmm. Because at this point, the rebels are hardly anything. You guys have been growing in silence, right, in secret, since the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. And
you're a ragtag bunch of nobodies. And I'm really not trying to... I don't really have anybody to threaten. Right? It's not like a nuclear arms race where I've got another faction that's just as big as I am. No. But I do create this device here, this thing, and the main point of it is to say, hey, anybody's thinking about housing and protecting these rebels, think again. Mm-hmm. Do I want to use it? No. But I have used it. I have shown that it worked. And again, they did use it on... the planet where they were getting the crystals from. I can't think of it right now.
Blanking.
Yeah. They did use it on that, but again, that was the one rogue guy. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry. I think that Tarkin ordered them to fire on Tanith 4, whatever it was. But anyway, it was the other guy that made them fire on. I can't think of the place where they're Jeddah. I think it was Jeddah.
Yeah, that's
he made them fire on Jeddah. Again, he was that one rogue guy that wanted credit for everything, in it for all the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. You guys stole stuff that belongs to us. We want it back. I go and I get it back. I do have to kill some of you people, but don't forget, you guys brought a fight to us. We didn't bring the fight to you. You brought it to us. Every time the fight's been brought, it's been brought by you. We've been on the defensive. Mm-hmm. And then we do go to Hoth. I say we, Empire, because at this point I'm on the Empire side. we do go to Hoth, because you destroyed my Death Star. You came to me and attacked me. I didn't do that to you.
Right.
You came and you got... I didn't kill Leia. I didn't have to kill Leia. I kept her prisoner. You guys came and rescued her. Right? Mm-hmm. And then you got away. You destroyed my Death Star. Kind of sucked. Killed a lot of people. Almost killed me.
But hey, I'm not bitter.
Right. And for what? For what? You stopped my deterrent.
Well, which in turn completely fucked over the economy.
Right.
Because you cost trillions of dollars in damages. Which came out of your taxes. Except you're not the ones paying your taxes because you're not obeying the law.
Right, because you're rebels.
So you stole this from the people you claim to be trying to liberate.
Let me ask you a question. Well, I did destroy Alderaan, right? And again, that was your fault. Remember how you sacrificed those other people there? You really let the people of Dantooine go. Mm-hmm.
Good, honest farmers.
Right. Good, honest farmers. So then we go on to Empire Strikes Back. I'm taking the fight to you. You killed all the people in the Death Star. What did you hope to achieve by that? You stopped my deterrent. But did you think that you really killed off... You didn't kill the Emperor. Did you really think that you killed off all the stormtroopers? Did you really think that you stopped my entire empire? No. Not in the slightest. All you do is get rid of my deterrent. That's all. Mm-hmm. So great. Now I have to create a new deterrent. You didn't win. You didn't win at all. So now I got to hunt you down because that's what I got to do. Because you're the bad guys. You're the established bad guy. I let you kind of live in peace for a while, but now you've proven yourselves to be not worth living in peace. So now I do have to hunt you down.
Well, even at the end of the original trilogy, they still haven't fully defeated the Empire, which is why with the sequel trilogies, it opens up with oh yeah, we haven't actually fixed anything. We've now blown up 2 Death Stars. The Empire is still here.
And you know what you've done though? You've actually created a growing fascist state. Mm-hmm. Where we had something really good in mind. Now you've corrupted that into all these people need to die. There's no good people in the world. If they're not with our core group, they're not good at all.
Yeah, yeah.
So now all the galaxy needs to be like expunged. They need to be purged.
Yep.
It's not what we were about, but that's what you've turned it into, because the people that were trying to do good, you left a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
And the universe does not like a vacuum.
Yeah.
And what they hate worse than a vacuum is a power vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
And that power vacuum was filled by the wrong people. So now I got two people fighting for the galaxy. Neither one of them are right. What happens?
Yep.
You did this. We tried to make things right. You couldn't be happy with it. You couldn't accept it. You had to fight against it. You had to push. And now you've made things worse. Now you've made it to a fight that no matter who wins, the universe loses.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you. Thank you, Space Obama. Yeah.
See you around, Space Obama.
Yeah. Just,
Can that be the name of this episode?
Yes. You see you around, Space Obama?
See you around, Space Obama.
Space Obama, no more years. It's garbage. It's not right. And again, we're constantly being told that you guys are wrong. You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong. What have we done that's wrong? Mm-hmm. Show me a planet that we've oppressed. There isn't one.
Right, yeah.
I tell you one thing. When you went back to Mos Eisley, did you see any slaves in Mos Eisley? And New Hope?
No.
No. That shit don't play around here no more.
Yeah.
So you can't say that they did bad. You can't.
No, it doesn't hold up.
Yeah. And the people, as far as we can see, they pretty much live in peace and harmony, and everyone's afraid of the Empire. But they're not in like constant fear. They're afraid of, like, if we don't do what we're supposed to do, or follow the rules set by the Empire, then we'll be punished.
We'll be corrected.
Isn't that what our police force does?
Yeah.
If I don't stop at the stoplight, I get caught by the police, I'll get a ticket, possibly be arrested.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how that works. That's what's supposed to happen. They're just doing what they're supposed to do. They're policing the universe. The thing that the Jedi should have been doing all along.
Right.
So, yeah, they're not the bad guys, and I'm taking them being played off as the bad guys. And it's they say history is written by the victors, and that's exactly what we're looking at. When we get to Return of the Jedi, and the rebels win, quote unquote win, then all the storybooks at that time, everything that's going on, that's all being told by the victors about how we stopped the evil threat, we stopped the menace of the Empire.
Yeah. I think Sergio Aragonés put it best. Like, history is made by the victors, but it's written by those with the loudest voice.
Right.
And that's basically all we're dealing with, is you have enough people screaming, "This is bad," and it's like, you have no basis for that.
And we don't have any basis, like, we don't know what happened afterwards. So let's say when we start off with Force Awakens,
mm-hmm.
we start off on a desert planet where a girl who's been abandoned by her family and is being treated like poorly by the people that run this desert planet, who basically take everything she has and gives her scraps.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what'd you find there, scrapper? You found this thing, and people out there like fighting and trying to kill each other for these little bits of scrap, whatever it takes. He goes, here, that earned you like 3 food cubes.
Yeah.
That shit wouldn't have flown under the Empire.
No, not at all.
And I think that the symbolism there is that big, huge Star Destroyer, and it's this reminder of, like, the times that you live in. The times that you live in are because of what the rebels did.
Mm-hmm.
They did this, and that's their fault. So if you want to be angry at somebody, be angry at the people that did this. And here's a reminder:
yeah,
we didn't create this.
Yeah,
the people that liberated you, where are they now?
Doing the same shit that they've been doing.
Right. Doing the same shit. It's like, hey, no one's out there policing and protecting. There's no rules out there now. Show me what Coruscant looks like now. Show me how the people are happier.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. And the thing is, even after all that, they didn't win. They're still the underdogs. In the future, they're still the underdogs. Now they're fighting, like I said, a different menace, this kind of fascist menace, right? You didn't win because you weren't powerful enough. You couldn't fill that power vacuum. Someone else took it over, and so now you're still, like I said, you're still on the losing end.
Yep.
Because you don't know what you're doing. You never did. Only thing you know is that I don't like it when you're in charge. that doesn't mean that you're better. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean I'm not doing the right thing.
Right,
Hell,
yeah.
kids don't like it when I tell them that they can't eat candy all the time. You have to have some real food. Right?
Right.
But that doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm saying, yeah, fuck the resistance. Fuck the rebellion. I'm Empire all the way, baby. And you can't refute anything I've said.
I'm not disagreeing.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying in general. I'm just saying in general. You can't refute anything I've said. You can't give me anything to the contrary. And if you're gonna pull some like expanded universe shit out your ass, whatever, that's fine. But again, that's history being written by the victors because you've already been conditioned to say that these are the good guys.
Well, you know what? If they're gonna pull expanded universe stuff, then I've got in my bag right now a copy of Tales of the Bounty Hunters, and Boba Fett makes a very compelling argument for that. And it's a scene where he's like talking to Princess Leia, and she's like, "Oh, you're the bad guy." He's like, "No, this is the established authority. They have brought order to the universe. They've brought rules to the universe. You don't like the rules. That's the problem. But what you decided to do is to work against these people who have brought rules to the universe." And blow up their Death Star. That's the problem. This is you guys being the aggressor here.
Okay.
And so, it's pretty much the same thing as what you're saying. It's like, he makes some very good points throughout that.
Look, it's the Ultimate Warrior. Okay, like right now, remember before there was the Empire, there was the Republic, and they had the Senate, and you went and you talked and you worked things out in the Senate. Had they ever tried to go to the Palpatine, who is still the Emperor, and be like, hey, we want a seat in the Senate Council, but we want to work within the system. We want to try to change laws or affect that positive change within it. No. Instead, you pull some bullshit terrorist actions.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I think we could go like so much longer with this, but really, I think that's like super thorough.
Yeah, I think we've pretty much covered it.
So yeah, no, we're both in favor of the Empire. I'm in as much favor of it as I can be from an anarchist standpoint. But if the rebellion were actually trying to bring about anarchy, maybe I'd be singing a different tune. But they're not.
Well, I will say
they're
this:
trying to bring back another corrupt government.
I will say this for your anarchy, and I would say I'm a anarchist neutral. It's where I think you're more of like a chaotic anarchist, which is there has to be. It can't just be lawless. Well, no, we had that discussion already. There's a difference between being lawless and being an anarchist, right?
Yeah.
Anarchy is fine, but it can't be not a lawless world. I'm just gonna say, I know this is really off topic, but that is clearly a child,
Yes,
and not a midget. So, but yeah,
Turk182, 2019.
But I'm just they're wrong. They are wrong.
Yeah,
and they're going about everything all wrong too.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that's what's important for people to realize is that they're not trying to free people. They're trying to bring about a different form of corrupt government that's been proven to be more cruel and less efficient.
Right.
So it's like it's not like we're gonna get rid of Nazism and bring in good old U.S. of A. It's not like that. It's like, no, this is a really gross, corrupt, inefficient system, and we want to bring that back.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one of like the Han Solo stories in the set of novels was that he was talking about how clean the Empire kept everything. How like when you're up on the Death Star or whatever, how it's all like perfectly clean and everything's so white.
Right.
It's like, why would you describe that as a bad thing though?
Right.
It's like, no, that's good. That's hygienic. That's what you need. It's just silly.
They're just wrong.
Yeah.
They're just wrong. And I know I keep saying, just going back to they're just wrong, but yeah, this when all is said and done, where are they? What have they done? What have they accomplished? Mm-hmm. And what do they stand for?
Yeah. I remember being like very shocked at the opening of the sequel trilogies, the opening of The Force Awakens, of just like nothing different is here.
Right.
It's like they're still hiding in the shadows, still fighting the Empire. They've not done anything different. They didn't accomplish jack shit in 3 movies, blowing up 2 Death Stars, taking thousands and thousands of lives.
And Obi Wan, Obi Wan was a youngling. Remember, they don't bring Jedi's in after a certain time period or whatever, and blah blah blah. So he was brought in as a youngling. He goes into Tatooine in hiding. He's supposed to be watching over Luke, who Vader doesn't even know exists at all. So you're watching over someone that no one's looking for. But you're also not trying to affect any kind of change. This is what you're supposed to be all about. Whether there's one of you or 1,000 of you. What are you doing? Nothing. Now I'm going to toss that to Yoda too. I like Yoda, but I will say this for Yoda. He was on a planet. I don't know. I guess they just dropped him off, like Space Uber, dropped him off and left. Obi Wan had plenty of ways to get off the planet or do something or whatever. He did nothing.
Yeah.
Not even just in a very subtle way. Well, it's just that crazy old man that no one knows is a Jedi. You could go in there and let me do this, let me do that. Nope. You sat your ass in a cave somewhere and stayed away from everything and just pretended like, I'm not a peacekeeper. That's because you never were. And when there's nothing in it for you, then it's like, then I don't give a shit.
You don't get like the authority and the prestige of being a Jedi. Droid? I don't own a droid. I've never owned a droid. That's not mine.
I've never seen him before.
Certainly didn't build that one. That one doesn't look like one I would build.
And
flew with the short one. No.
Like, your dad. No, Darth Vader killed your dad. Darth Vader did that. It wasn't me.
Your father was a remarkable man, flammable. Not that I know that from personal experience.
That's such garbage. Because
have to say, he didn't have a leg to stand on when I knew him.
Because if he were corrupt and he were evil, you would just say, yeah, your father was corrupt, and because he's like, you knew my father. He could just as easily said, nope.
Yep.
Nope, sure didn't. But no, he's like, no, I did know your father. He was a great man. What happened to him? Darth Vader killed him. That's like
I mean Darth Vader killed him.
That's like me saying, so I show a picture, like a baby picture, to someone here, think, oh, what a cute baby, what happened to him? Puberty killed him. Like,
Just a love defense of Obi Wan.
I mean, you're a damn liar.
I'll train you in the ways of the lightsaber. It reminds me of the time Darth Vader cut off your father's legs. And dropped him into the fire. It was very tragic. Not that I was there to see it.
Yeah, you know what I'd love to see is a scene when they go to Mos Eisley and he's like, it's like, since we're here, you see that right there? And it's like, what, you point to those old slave quarters? That's where your father used to live. When I met him, he and your grandmother, he used to live right there. He used to be a slave, worked at that shop over there. Oh, those were good times. Good times. What happened? Well, after your father won us some money, we decided to free him. And my grandmother? Oh, we gotta go find that ship.
Oh, look at the time.
I don't remember him having a grandmother. But you just said, I didn't say anything. You didn't say anything.
Ask me if I'm an angel. Are you an angel?
Knock off all that daydream. You sound just like your old man.
You said this place is a wretched hive of scum and villainy. I guess you don't come here often, huh? No, I don't. He opens the door to the bar.
Oh,
hey, man!
Where you been, you old lightsaber swinger?
Obi Wan Kenobi, you son of a bitch! I thought you said you hadn't heard the name Obi Wan in a long time. Who is this man? Not now, Jeff. God.
You're still mind, like Jedi mind tricking those kids. Shh, please, man. No.
Was this one another child of the greatest Jedi you ever knew?
Let me guess. He told you that you have so I can choked up here. That you have a really high midichlorian count, right? Yeah. And then
he told me the Force was a religion. Oh, that old one, huh?
And that he could teach you to be a Jedi for 100 space credits. Was that right?
He said I'd make that back if I just talked 3 of my friends into training under him.
Jedi pyramids. Yeah, so I'm going to teach you the ways of the Force here, and then you're going to teach 2 friends the way of the Force. And every time that you get them, your midichlorian count goes up, which makes you a stronger Jedi. That's how I became a Jedi Master. It's like since I've been in the Force program, I have 3 land speeders. I got my own private X-wing. and next year, if I became a 2-time Jedi Master, right? Then I'm sorry, I just had like a Cloverfield moment there.
Oh yeah.
Well, you gotta die. It's like next year, if I become a 2-time Jedi Master and everything, I'll be able to get my own mini Death Star.
Oh God, I love it so much. I love it so much.
Damn lion ass Obi Wan.
Like sits down at the bar and the patron's like, Ben Kenobi, aren't you the guy who cut the legs off of Anakin Skywalker? He's like, what? No, that wasn't me. That was Darth Vader's like, yeah, but Anakin is Darth Vader. No, just shut up, Phil.
Arms and leg with one swoop.
It was awesome. You should have been there. I mean, I wasn't there. That's what I heard happened.
He was like the tailor. It's like, I cut off 3 limbs with 1 blow.
He's like training with Ben, and Solo's like, "Hey kid, you should ask him to teach you about the high ground." Ben, how come you not teach me anything about the high ground? Look out there in the window, it's a space whale.
Well, in order for you to learn about the high ground, you've got to become a 4th level. That's gonna cost you. You got to move up. Right now, you're a 1st level. In order to move up to a 2nd level, you got to pay. It costs you 20,000 space credits. You know. Now I should be able to introduce you to the Force once you get to a 6th level. Yeah, no, but I believe you can make it.
How's those recruitments coming along, kid?
Am I any closer to getting that mini Death Star?
None of my friends wanted to come.
Oh, yeah.
God, I want to rewrite this movie now.
Yeah, so that's what that's all about there. Empire are great people. The resistance, the rebellion, whatever you want to call them, they're just evil. They're just bad people.
Mm-hmm.
They're evil, and they're running some kind of like, Scientology like pyramid scheme, and so you can see the ultimate aliens or whatever, and learn the life of the universe. It's just gotta get your midichlorian level count high by recruiting more people into the Jedi. That's why the Jedi has so many people. Like the Sith are like just 2. That's all you need, because we're purists. The Jedi are like, oh no, go out, recruit some more. You want to see on the council? Hey, you gotta get your numbers up, man. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna make you a master, right? A master in title, but I'm not really gonna give you let you sit on the council, because technically you're not a master, because you really haven't gotten your numbers where they need to be. I mean, I recognize your hustle. I do. I recognize your hustle. You're a good kid. I see that. But your numbers here aren't quite there. Oh man.
Oh, good stuff.
Fucking Jedi.
Oh man.
All right.
But yeah, so there you go, folks. If you think we're wrong, then hey, we'd love to see specific instances of the Empire being evil. Just
show them to me.
Just show them. I think we already covered Alderaan pretty good, and outside of that, I think pretty much everything else is in retaliation and self-defense.
Yes. Anakin Palpatine is evil. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. And where'd you read that from? An encyclopedia? What, history books? Ooh, look at me. I'm Anakin Skywalker. I have no knowledge. I looked up in the great library. All right.
Ooh la la, somebody's getting laid. And you said the Jedi had to be celibate. Yeah, that's right. See, it's right here in the rulebook. Oh, that says celebrate. We missed that for like the past 30 years.
It's like, see, that's what happens when you hyphenate, and then in the other part of the word runs over to like the next page. Right. Like Jedi must be celibate. Oh, damn. Great. All the new things that have great things that happen in the world. Like, oh, yeah. Shit.
You mean I didn't have to hide my relationship with Padme from you guys? Like, wait a minute, you have a relationship with Padme? What the hell, Anakin?
I just can't wait till, like, you know, the whole the Jedi Master scandal comes out. It's like, it turns out that Padme and Yoda were hiding all along. All this were happening to all these young Padawans. And all the younglings, they knew about it.
Oh gosh, but yeah. So I think that covers it pretty well for this episode. So hey, thanks for giving us a listen, everybody. Be sure to check out some of our other podcasts. We don't always have technical difficulties in them, so might be worth listening to some of our other ones.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, but yeah, no, I think this was pretty enlightening. Hopefully, this will enable you to watch Star Wars in a whole new light.
Yeah, the right light.
All right, well, hey, thanks again, everybody. This has been Acomi and Turk182, and we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, and I just want to say, you don't trust the Jedi.
I don't trust the Jedi.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
I need 1,000 space credits so you can move to the next level.
Here, have 1,000 space credits.
All right there, folks. That was Our Moms Think We're Funny. Let's give them a hand.